Let's get it.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? This your boy Lano XL, Mr. 18 Pockets.
Yo, and what's up? It's your boy, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy, a.k.a. Born Rich, and Lano.
Uh-huh.
We in the building, and the building is motherfucking here, and we in the motherfucking building, man. And you know how we do it, baby. We back like cook crack. You know what I mean?
For real. Hey, you know what? When I say I be wanting to say like Dolph. Remember Dolph like or something like that? I always want.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah, when I say I always try to do it like Dolph, but it don't never resonate. Like it don't never get out there like Dolph would say it. I guess.
Nah, you far from Dolph, but you keep grinding.
Okay.
You keep pushing, keep your head
good.
to the sky. You'll be there one day.
I ain't like that ain't Dolph.
Nah, you still ain't Dolph, but keep
Okay.
grinding.
Okay.
Keep grinding. But Lano, who we got here with us today, brother?
Okay, we got a entrepreneur. We got a great guest today. We got somebody who is a mental health advocate, somebody who is a creator,
Yes,
somebody
sir.
who's a photographer. So many hats wearing
A
right
mother.
now. Okay,
A
my bad.
dedicated mother.
A dedicated mother.
A gypsy.
Oh,
A health advocate.
okay.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm reading her fucking bio right
Well,
I was about to say, that
hey,
was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was really
Hey,
good.
she got a bio though
Yeah.
with all her credentials in it.
I love it.
You know what I'm
What's that
saying?
word again, brother?
Credentials.
We'll take it.
But
Fuck
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
We'll
saying.
take
Let's
it.
put it in the pot. I
Yeah.
went to metro schools, y'all. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
We'll take it. Nah,
Yeah.
man, this gonna be a dope show, for real, and not trying to impede on the show, but just 1 second, man. I just gotta get something off.
We gotta introduce her.
Oh, I got her. I got
Okay.
her though. I got her for real. I just want to
Oh,
get
you finna do
this.
something
Why this
nice.
is fresh on? It's fresh on my heart and on my mind, man. First things first, man. I want to say salute to our elders, man. Our elders. I witnessed a grave injustice earlier this week, man. So our elders. I want to make sure I say the names: Leslie Benningfield, Viola Fletcher, and then our dear brother that's passed on now, Van Ellis, right? So these are the only 3 survivors from the Tulsa race massacre.
Oh, okay.
Black Wall Street,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And so they filed a petition in 2020 to get some reparations because, you know, the whole city was blown up.
away, yeah.
Everybody they know died, so they was just trying to get repaired for their trauma.
Okay.
And the Oklahoma Supreme Court denied it.
Okay.
So
Dang.
that was an injustice, man. And I just think I would be doing myself and this platform a disservice if I really just didn't shout out those elders, man. They fought. And family, we as a people, when we see injustices like this, man, we got to stand up and speak against this shit for our elders. You know what I mean?
There
they
we go.
Put it down. They definitely put it down. One more thing, man. Happy Father's Day, man.
Most definitely.
Father's Day's coming along,
It
man.
is. Most definitely.
I would just want to take a small little time just to say rest in peace and happy Father's Day to my father, Big Calvin.
Yeah,
or
Big Calvin.
Or Mr. Calvin or Uncle Calvin or whatever y'all
I
call
call
him.
him Big Cal.
I just want to shout out that brother, man, the bravest man I ever known, the strongest man I ever met, the most courageous man I ever met, had more fucking street sense and common sense than any man I've ever met in my
Okay.
life, man. So I just want to take this time to say salute to you, Pops. You know what I mean? Sleep easy, and I love you, my man.
There
That's
you go.
it. And shout out to you, Lano, man. Your first Father's Day, brother. Shout out
Yes.
to you, man. How does
Yes.
that feel? How does that feel, bro?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
He's expensive, but it's wonderful. If kids are very much sometimes what we need. I didn't really. I'm not gonna say I didn't know what love, what love was, but most definitely I can understand what it is now, and I understand the responsibility that I have to guide and make sure that I can teach him, give him the wisdom, the knowledge that I know, make sure that I, sprinkle that fruitfulness for him, so when
Yes,
it's
sir.
time for him to walk outside the doors, I can feel like I done my job. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the stepdads who really don't get a lot of credit on Father's Day sometimes, but I want to give a extra shout out to y'all, man. So that's what it is, man. But back to the show.
There we go, man. Yes, so we do have Bonna.
Yep.
In
Is
the
that how you
building.
pronounce it?
Bonna Bay, yes.
Bonna
Yes.
Bonna what?
It's Bonna. Well, Bonna Bay.
Bonna
That's
Bay.
just my Instagram handle, but it's Bonna.
Okay.
Bonna, yeah, we got Bonna in the building, man. And y'all heard what we said earlier, man. Mental health advocate, mother,
Yes.
creative, photographer,
Yes.
gypsy,
20
the
hats.
whole 9. How you doing today, Bonna?
Well, how are you
You
guys?
doing all right?
We doing
Listen,
okay.
I'm blessed, man.
Most definitely.
That's
most
all we
definitely.
can be
I'm here.
is blessed, Bonna. I guess the first question I want to ask, right? And I told my brother I'm gonna ask this because I want to know what the hell is a gypsy?
Oh my God.
Yes, I think we
That's so
as everybody
funny.
here want to know what a gypsy
That is so funny because in my mind I was like, they're gonna call that out.
Yes.
So you know the term goddess, right?
Okay.
It's very similar to the term goddess. I mean, if we look up the actual term, we could get.
Okay.
Okay,
logical.
we'll look it up.
But my definition is a free spirited person. It's just simple.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the part of the definition. It's a little bit longer, not much. But yeah, it's a free spirited person, and I like to say gypsy because it's like the nasty version of goddess. Because I'm a goddess as well, but
Most
gypsy
definitely.
is just like the fun fairy version of a goddess.
Yeah, because I used to watch a show about gypsy. So when it said gypsy, my mind went straight to that. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's like a fairy. Just think about a fairy, just like a free spirited person, somebody who.
because that's like an Irish thing, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay,
it is.
but
Wait,
then-
gypsy. Not really. It's more like. I know you pulled up the definition, but
Yeah.
it's not like Irish. It's more like spiritual, like.
No, I'm saying the people that be more gypsies is like I don't mean a lot of.
I mean, it's our perception.
Okay,
It's all,
okay.
It's our
I
perception.
thought it had come from a Irish background too.
Listen,
but-
if it does, I need to do more research.
Yeah.
But
say
my
rich-
definition is a free spirited person, and so that's what I am. I like to call myself a wanderer.
So it's basically goddess, but the more edgy is gypsy.
I mean, in my opinion, again,
I like your
everything is
opinion.
perspective.
Yeah, but your
and-
opinion good because I'm learning from your opinion. Then yeah, I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, gypsy. It's just another. I'd like to call myself a goddess because I am. But I think those pop words are getting so like oversaturated.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
all
you
right,
right.
let's, because I am a goddess through and through. But
Most
I just
definitely.
feel like, all right, let's pivot a little bit.
Switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up a little bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. Ain't
And
nothing
somebody
wrong
called
with
me a gypsy, so I kind of took that and just started.
And ran with it.
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
All right, man. There you go. There you
Little
go.
fairy dust.
So, mental health advocate also.
Absolutely.
Also.
It's my number one.
Oh, that's the number one.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that why you started
Besides
Purposely?
Mom. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I started Purposely in 2019. I've been, honestly, me and mental health kind of been going at it since I was like a teenager.
Okay.
So I attempted suicide when I was like 12 or 13. But obviously I'm still here.
Yes,
right?
yeah,
I
most
wanted
definitely.
to end, and
Glad you still
I
here.
like to tell this story. I wanted to end that moment and not my life, but I didn't know as a 13-year-old girl, I didn't know what that meant.
Gotcha.
I just know I wanted to not feel what I was feeling in that moment, right? So I was just like, all right. Ever since then, I've been trying to figure out why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, it had to be a reason why, because I stopped myself. Like, I was just trying stuff that I knew wasn't gonna work, but because I've heard of these things, like I was trying to like make the blood rush to my head. I was like trying to like just to see. You know, I was like, well, what'll happen if I just cut a little bit deeper, and then I stopped. Right. And so fast forward to 2019, right before the pandemic, I was just low vibrational.
Yeah.
Low vibrational. I was just in my room. I was living with my mom. This was like at that 27 years old. And I was just like, man, I'm just tripping. I'm about to be 30. You know, at this time I didn't have kids. So I was like, I really just need to get my life together. And I was like, God, if I don't have any purpose, just don't wake me up. Like, I'd be perfectly fine going out like this at 27, no kids. And like I've done a little nonprofit thing here or there, but nothing worked, right? And so I was just like, you know, just don't wake me up if I don't have no purpose. And so when I woke up, I was just like, fuck,
Oh.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Gotcha.
So, but I was mad. I was frustrated because I'm like, so that means I got to do something, right? If I have a purpose.
Yes.
And I had been cultivating Purpose Lit, but it was just like different little names. And I'm like, okay, something about mental health because that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And Purpose Lit was just kind of, it was actually a different name. I haven't really said anything publicly about it, but I scratched it, came up with Purpose Lit. Yeah, and I've been pushing it ever since.
And Purpose Lit is for people to what?
It is a mental health and motivational brand. So it empowers creatives. So I just basically took myself and provided a community for someone like me. So
yeah, because other people go through the same thing that you went through.
I've met so many people on this journey. And so Purpose Lit is a mental health and motivational brand that empowers creatives through, you know, mental health resources, holistic resources, curated events. I'm doing more and more events. I just hosted a mental health panel in May. That was the first one. And
Nice.
I'm actually doubling back in July. So that hasn't been, spoke about. But I'll send out personal invites to y'all. But I'm also going to post it pretty soon. And then just a supportive community. So I just try to do things that, when people hear about mental health, it's always surrounded by like darkness and like depression.
Most definitely. That's at times that's how I used to be.
That's what I was about to say. And at the same time, it is, right? So when you look up mental health and you Google the pictures, you seeing people like this and just sad. And it's like, I get it because that is, the depressional side, the anxiety side and the bipolar and all the other symptoms, right? But also, what about like when you're striving to be better and you're like persevering through the mental health struggles, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I want to make finding your purpose and working through your mental health positive. Like, nurture your mental health. Like, the same energy that you put into like celebrations and things that you like don't forget. How about like you celebrate finding your purpose or like nurturing your mental health?
Nice.
Why wouldn't you want to celebrate that? Because we make a choice every day.
Most definitely.
And the moment we don't make a choice is when we go down that path. And we probably have, way more mental health struggles.
So when you was going through this, did you know in your heart like this is what I'm gonna do? Once you got woke up and you was like, fuck. But then once you say, you know what, this is what I am going to do.
Absolutely.
What was that transition?
It took me the whole day though. Okay. So I was in between jobs. I was like, I got laid off for something so silly. And I was like, God, this ain't me. Like, it was defamation of character.
Okay.
And I'm like, I couldn't sue because it wasn't creditable, information. So I was like, I'm going to just take this as like redirection, right? So I was just sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm finna go to this little mall job. I'm finna make like $10 an hour, just nothing. I'm like, man, I got to get in my bag. I'm like, this is dumb, but I'm still here. So what's up, God? Like, give me some sort of motivation. Because, like, again, the mental health is always so dark. And I'm like, this ain't it. I'm like, this can't be it. And so I literally went to work. But then when I got off, I had the whole game plan. And I'm like, let's just
This is what I'm about to do.
Yeah, like, let's just do it.
Quit bullshitting and let's move.
Like, get in your bag. Like, if this is something that you're passionate about and you already got the green light from God, why would you not?
Yeah, most definitely. Why not go hard into what I'm already visioning and seeing for myself?
I had the whole blueprint. And I had imposter syndrome, and I was like, maybe what I'm doing, ain't nobody gonna really rock with it. I was like, it's mental health. People overlook that stuff these days, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna worry about it. And I had the whole journal, and I'm just like, fuck it.
I want to. I'll go. No, you go.
I was just gonna say. I just want to know. So like when you was going through this stuff, did you know that you were suffering from mental health?
Absolutely. I've been very conscious and very aware about my journey. I've always been verbal about it.
Okay.
I never spoke publicly.
Oh, okay.
Right. But if someone in my personal life wanted to know or I feel like sharing, I would talk about it.
Yeah.
But I honestly didn't really know what to say. So I would just express what I was going through. And the more and more I realized, like, I got into meditation, I'm like, it was more so like self-reflection.
Now, was this a self-diagnosis or?
Absolutely. Okay. Now, here recently, after having my son, I actually got diagnosed with anxiety and depression, right?
Okay.
But my therapist before that actually told me, like, let's not give so much language until we find out what it really is.
Okay, yeah.
Because, we like to throw these words around, right?
Exactly.
And so my therapist was like, I understand you coming to me. This was in the beginning when I first started my journey. You're coming to me because you think you're depressed and you're suffering from anxiety, right? But like, how do you know that's exactly what it is? I was like, I don't. That's just what I feel. So then we worked through it. Certain things were more anxiety than depression. And I think a lot of us suffer from anxiety because it's just like that nervousness. It doesn't mean anything bad, right? But it's just like that jittery feeling that you get, like you got a job interview. Oh man, let me get
make sure I get myself together.
But it's not always negative. It's just that it's the unknown. Anxiety is literally the unknown.
Feeling that shit right now.
Okay, listen. No, for real. I mean, I still, me and anxiety kind of do a little dance. But yeah.
Here and there?
Yeah, here and there. It's absolutely a struggle. And I'm very aware of it, and I talk about it all the time because I know this is why I'm using my voice.
Yeah.
Because people don't talk about it, or they say, "Man, I'm just stressed, man. I'm good. I'll be good."
Yeah. Because that's what we talk, right? I mean, some of us are taught like that. Some of us are just taught
sweep that shit under the rug, man. I can't do that. I picked the whole rug up and was like, man.
So I want to ask you about something you just said. Yeah. Why do you feel like a lot of times people just overlook mental health?
To be honest, man, it's deeper than us. It it go back, man. It go back all the way to the generations who couldn't talk, who didn't have a voice, and they swept that shit under the rug, right? And then we get into, these family dynamics that's not really stable, and then we in and out of different homes, and don't speak outside my home. But then it's like,
most definitely. That's my mom right there.
And not your situation, but you may be putting your hands on me, but in a certain way, or essay, you got to use all these terminologies. You might be touching me, but you telling me to keep it in my home.
Yeah.
And it's like that. That type of stuff is what we're taught to like not speak on it. So then guess what that does? Transfers to different parts of our life. Well, I've been feeling weird, or I've been feeling sad a lot, but let me just not tell nobody. Let me not say nothing, because maybe that's telling my business. Right?
Most definitely.
Not thinking I need help, but it's like I'm telling my business, or I'm saying too much. I'm speaking out the again, it's way deeper. It's way deeper than we can even conceptualize.
Even and not even trying to cape for like the older way of thinking, but they kind of had a point, man. Like when they say like don't speak outside my house, man, that just comes from our situations being black people in America.
Absolutely.
It's like we gotta be tight knit inside this house.
But that backfired on us, though. You know that, right? It's like that is great, and I love to keep everything confidential and within the family. Guess what? We thick as thieves, right? That's what they say. Yeah. And like blood is thicker than water. That whole thing. But like, what about like you keeping things in your home, and that's fine, that's all confidential. But when you think about the things that are harming you and hurting you, why would you not want to get help? It's like
it makes sense. No, what you saying makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense.
It's more so like I don't want you to show all my ugly. Because I'm gonna be looked at a certain way, not because I want to be a better person, right? It's like if my my family was like, man, we're gonna stick together, we're gonna own these businesses, we're gonna invest, we're gonna let's keep that shit together. But you don't want me to tell like the fact that somebody abusing me.
That Uncle Lino is going crazy in the
what?
Listen, it could be anything. Nothing positive is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, if we're gonna keep it under
yeah.
wraps, it needs to be something positive. It needs to be something that we building together, not building negativity or like half the family don't even talk, or we looking at so and so like they got something better than like. It's just weird. It's weird. Y'all.
Who do you suggest that we speak to?
What do you mean? Like in
like
the family?
If I'm having a problem in my household, right? I'm being mistreated in the household, sexually or otherwise, and then everybody in my house is saying, "Hey, let's just deal with it in house." But you feel like you really want to tell somebody.
No. But see, in that case, if somebody is gonna literally say, "Let's talk about it," I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think people saying, "Let's unpack this."
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, because I don't know why I'm abusing you. I don't know why I'm touching you in a way. Nobody. That's not the kind of keep it within the family. It's more so like I don't want nobody judging me for what I'm doing behind closed doors.
Most definitely.
Now, in that case, what I was gonna say is you always have in my opinion, you have that person that you may have not known why you feel safe with them, but you feel safe with them. Or you may go to school and you got that one teacher, man, and she like feel like home, right? But not home that you used to.
Yeah.
But that home feeling that it's not a physical place.
Yeah.
And so those types of people, if you have, I know it's kind of hard these days, but like if you just have friends, like just that one person that you look to.
Me, bro, you can talk to me.
Listen, I was just about to say, I just don't know y'all's dynamic, but I'm assuming.
Tight. You can talk to me, bro. I just tell 3-4 people your business, bro. I ain't gonna tell everybody your business.
And that is a prime example of why people don't, right?
Exactly.
So I get it, but yeah, just it's that safe haven, that person that feels like home. Yeah, and
we
honestly,
scared it'll be brought up.
That's
a lot of
just
people are
about to
scared
say
because I can tell you some dark shit, and then next thing you know they mad because I won't get them $40 on their bills, and then they say, "Well, I don't need it anyway. You broke my."
Yeah, because when you was down, you told me all this. But see, I think that's where discernment come in. Because for me, like, of course, I've trusted people that have betrayed me. Obviously, who hasn't? But it's like the discernment on certain things. I have really great friends in my life right now, just from where I've evolved to. I was able to, build these connections. But in my opinion, I know when I could tell somebody something.
Yeah.
Like there are certain people, like even now in my adult friendships, like I literally have a group of friends that like, oh, I know I can call you to do X, Y, and Z. I can call you to kick it. I can call you to travel with. I can call, but then I have my solid 4 that's hands down, called no matter what. Yeah. But you have those friends that you like, I'm not telling you my personal business, but we can go get a drink.
Most definitely.
We can go hang out.
Hey, look,
that's a fact.
Let's stop it right here for a second.
Okay.
He said, I got to get all of this out of my nose. But no, that's good.
How long we been recording, Taylor? Does it say?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's
Just
cool.
so I
What
get
is the
some
episodes?
sort of time stamp. But you know what? I really can see it when I'm like going through the video. Say it again.
What's typically the duration of the?
We go about 35, 40 minutes.
Okay, cool.
You said we 20 minutes in?
Yeah.
Now 21.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we come back, we'll probably do another 20.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
get to
cool.
it.
And then you could chop it up, do whatever.
Yeah, I'll pause it right there. Because I definitely want to get into holistic wellness. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, get into it.
I know Sweet Poison was talking about that.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love. You know what? It's one of them things where you know how when something we're not recording, right? But when something gets like popularized, right? It's a great thing that holistic wellness is getting popularized, but then it's like oversaturated because it's like you got to weed through the people who actually care about the holistic remedies and things that actually really help them versus the people who doing it because they actually want to be better like they actually want to heal themselves, right? So that's the only thing with stuff like that being popularized. But I love it though. I love mental health being popularized. It's like I'll take it.
Yeah, that's why I really want to go next with it too.
I'll take it.
Because I'm kind of like you, man. When something gets real popular now, I'm hearing anxiety, mental health, depression.
People kind of like,
and it's just
run it in the ground.
Yeah, man.
They run it.
Yeah, so we definitely go.
Man, go on.
Yeah.
You crazy?
Yeah, get your crazy ass out of here.
Literally, that I hate that stigma. It's like
And
maybe
I want to talk about that too.
But look, maybe I am crazy.
1, 2. Okay, so I do want to ask you this, right? So we know mental health, especially in the Black community, has been stigmatized, right?
Yep.
So if I was to tell, like my brother said off camera, if I was to say, hey, I think I'm suffering from mental health, my mom or my grandma would be like, boy, get your crazy ass out of here and go play. And then probably turn around and tell her friends that, yeah, something wrong with that boy. He a little off, he a little crazy, but he'll be all right.
Talking about mental health.
Yeah.
That boy don't know nothing about no damn mental health.
So what do you do? I guess the question is, what do you do to try to tell the people that you speak with to, don't be afraid and don't stigmatize mental health?
It's all a part of the journey, man. Everybody's healing journey looks so different.
Yeah.
Because someone who takes care of their mental health or have never struggled or had any trauma may not look at mental health the same way as I would. And that's a great luxury to have, right? But I think it's the cognizant that you have to be cognizant that everybody's mental health story looks different. That's my biggest thing. So for me, it's like I think that mental health is one of those things where it's not like race or like religion, right? It's not like that. But I just think that with mental health, it looks different for everybody. So it's almost like a what's the word I'm trying to say? I can't even get it out.
Because I'm seeing what you're saying about it because it's better. It's basically better to express it.
Yeah, because
it
looks
right?
different for everybody. And so with it being a stigma, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, listen, if I got a certain ick or a certain problem that I'm dealing with, right, it may not, it's perspective. It's so hard to explain this verbally what's going on in my head because it's like my mental health journey will probably look like, anxiety, depression, especially postpartum, but, more so just like inner thoughts flooding my head, and then maybe like I'm having panic attacks because I'm overwhelmed. Like I just had a panic attack the other day and I'm not afraid to talk about it, like where it's to the point where you may feel crazy, and that's why I say, like, if somebody gonna say, oh, you just crazy, get your crazy, I might be a little crazy, but guess what, I'd rather be aware of my crazy than you just call me crazy and it be brushed under the rug, right? Because it's like my anxiety, I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I don't claim those things because words have spells, right?
Yeah.
I deal with it, I take it for what it is, but my mental health journey just looks so different from somebody who might have been beaten or someone who parents may have been on drugs, and this is no judgment to anybody, but I'm just saying, judgment. Everybody's mental health journey looks different. So when you say it's a stigma or you just crazy, it's like. But crazy is such a insult because mental health disorders are actually like sicknesses.
Yeah.
And people don't realize like bipolar, schizophrenia, all of those things are a part of mental health, right? It's the brain. It's the way your brain functions. It's the way you and a lot of it is connected to food. I do understand that now as a holistic person. But it's definitely
GMO food.
It's definitely connected to food. But I just feel like man, we definitely gotta move that crazy word out, because if somebody, it's like, you know how they used to stop saying like retarded.
Yeah, you got
it offensive.
I
think that needs
timestamp. Taylor definitely got to bleep that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Now you good.
But
now
no.
you good.
That's why I said all these words, like essay, like you gotta abbreviate everything, and I don't mind speaking about it, but it does suck that we have to censor so much.
Yeah,
but with that similar word, I feel like the mental health field needs to start censoring crazy.
Is mental
because
health?
That's triggering.
I'm sorry. Is mental health part of when you said postpartum, right? Is that part? Is that something?
Yeah. So postpartum depression,
because that's real, right?
I was just about to say it's postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Literally, and postpartum just means after birth.
Yeah, that's
right.
It.
Whether you had the baby, whether you had a miscarriage, whether you had an abortion, postpartum is a real thing, because your body starts to change. And postpartum can be for the paternal, partner as well.
That's why I could ask you, can men be
Yeah, absolutely. Because think about it. Y'all don't get to experience the things that women experience. So you're literally a baby just dropped into the world that you help co-create, and you all of a sudden just got to take care of this baby.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Shit,
Like, and as a man, I know I can't speak on, y'all are men, but the provider, the protection, like that heightened.
What's automatically looked at you as?
Just like as a
automatic.
woman. But
Like
as a woman, we're
said,
automatically nurturing.
Yeah.
We're like we automatically fit the role. And
This is a human being.
I was about to say not all,
Yeah.
but for the most part, our innate nature is just nurturing, like love. And then with y'all, it's like protect, like provide.
Yeah,
I need to
right,
make sure that you're safe, and not just physically, right?
Yes,
Safe
yes.
just in general. So yeah, men can absolutely have postpartum.
And that is something right there, because it's like it's not something that you raise your hand that you want.
Yeah.
It's something that's given to you.
Absolutely.
Automatically, you got to provide and you got to take
Now
care
it's
of it.
different, because you may be with the woman for 9 months and it's in the belly.
Yeah, you
But
rubbing the belly, you feeling the kicks.
That thing different when you can look and
Oh
touch
my
it.
God,
man.
it's
Like
so
that's a human.
different.
Like the first thing I realized when I had my kids, when you hold the baby, you say, "This is another human being."
that I
Yeah.
can
Like
take care
if
of.
like this human being looks for me when it's hungry.
Yeah, most
Looks for
definitely.
me
Oh my
for a
goodness.
house.
Yeah,
Looks
I can't.
for me for clothing.
Exactly.
You know
No,
what I
that
mean?
postpartum
I got
journey
somebody
is
else that
different.
depends on me.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
That could be overwhelming. I could see it.
Absolutely.
I'll
And so
try.
that's where it comes from, because of just a sudden change, right? So a lot of people don't really think that, because it's not always depression.
Yeah.
But we got to call it what it is. Like if you have a baby and you're all of a sudden sad because you don't know why you feel a certain way, like with women, like our hormones are all over the place. And I don't know why I'm sad. I'm just fucking sad. Like, we just gotta call it what it is. It might not necessarily be depression, but maybe I'm just having like some adjusting, right? I'm
Okay, yeah,
adjusting
you
to
could be
being
just
a-
adjusting to
Yeah.
I like that. I like
I'm
that
just
better.
adjusting.
I like that better. Here go a little pushback, Bonna. All right, let's get into the
Let's
shits.
get
Let's
into
get into it. I gotta give you a little pushback
because she wear a lot of hats.
yeah, I want to give her some pushback though,
and a lot of
because
bags.
You do.
Bag
I
lady.
get nervous about these words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because number one, we can overuse them, and number two, they can be misused.
Absolutely.
If that makes
Ooh.
sense.
That's why I said- that's
why I said
double
adjusting.
Like I can tell you this, Leno. If you called me this morning and said, "Bro, have you did A, B, C, and D for the podcast, bro? We record in 2 hours," and I say, "Nah, bro." And he say, "Man, what the fuck going on?" I say, "Leno, relax on me. My mental health wouldn't let me do it."
Yeah.
That's
what we do. That's what people do.
What would your reaction be if
I
I
don't
said?
give them much over here. You better come over to this
You
show,
see what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah, I'll be all the time.
It could
Okay,
be
listen.
overused.
Let me intercede.
Okay.
If that were to ever happen,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a true fact, like I just been, my mind been all over the place. Give me a second. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna get into motion when I need to. All right, bro. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here.
Yeah.
Or if you got something on your mind that you want to talk about, maybe you just ain't got it out of your head.
No, that's
Most
the
times we be
political
having all of this
correct
stuff
thing.
going here and we don't never say it. And it just scramble. And that's where I know y'all was joking. But if that
He's
ever happens
funny,
for
though.
real.
I know
That's the correct thing to say.
Man, you better get on.
Yeah,
Come on.
thank you.
Yeah.
I know that's
told
real.
him I was not prepared for today's show because of my mental health. My mind been all over the place. He would not like it
And then,
because he wouldn't want to call you and say, "Hey, man, we got I know it's 2 hours before. Now we got to reschedule.
But I would have understood
then-
because guess
he
what?
ain't gonna
As
tell
a mental health advocate, if y'all were to hit me up and say, look, we got some things that we dealing with. We're not gonna be able to film today.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I?
Yeah.
You know. But I get it. That's a real conversation.
Yeah,
But
obvious.
But I just would like to challenge that just a little bit because I think that's kind of why we.
So I'm gonna hear
are
you
where
out
we are
next
as a
time.
society,
I hear
right?
you out. I hear you out.
Because it's not that. Because here's my thing. My mental health wouldn't let me do it. That's when you use it as a crutch, right?
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
when you use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
But when you take accountability for what's going on, actually, bro, I ain't eat and I'm sleepy. And I actually went out last night and I was drinking, right?
Damn. She was with you once.
Look, was that the real thing?
Dang, bro.
Or, you know, bills fell behind or listen, bro, I just got a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
And it slipped my mind. Let me lock in real quick and I'm gonna get this shit going.
Man, for
All right,
sure.
bro, guess what? If you need anything, let me know. Or how can I help you? All right, but you know, do your thing. I know you got it. But guess what? I'm here. That's it's just those little small things.
And the reason I brought that up because it's kind of like that's where we're going as a society. And I know for you like, yo, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because I'm seeing like athletes. Let's take Ben Simmons for example.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this basketball player is healthy. He was injured, now he's healthy, and he still ain't playing. And he like, well, I ain't playing because mental health issues. And everybody looking at him like, nigga, mental health.
Yeah,
What
ain't
are
got
you
nothing to do with
talking
you
about?
bouncing the ball.
Yeah, man.
I'm just being honest.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So you were saying like
But
use
if
it
you
as a
can't
crutch.
perform
Most definitely.
because of your mental health.
Yeah.
See,
Then
the-
everybody gonna be like, bro, why you missing all those
Yeah.
shots? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Bruh.
See, you make very good points, like very key points. It's the reality though of the conversations that we do have without. Because if he did call me and tell me something about mental health, it's the first thing, man. Because that's just how we. And and I hate to keep saying it, but that was installed in my head
Absolutely.
when I was
But
little.
that's why I said it's deeper.
Yeah, you got
right?
the master key to
It's
give us the
deeper.
GPS to know it's
'cause
deeper.
It's not something that you're gonna be able to say, okay, I got the key. Boom. Let me tomorrow when he called me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna automatically be in motion because it's still stuff that I do, and I'll be like, come on, Bonna, like get it together.
Yeah,
Like, this
most
ain't-
definitely.
especially as a mental health advocate. But honestly, and I'll let y'all switch gears. But
No, you good.
mental health advocates are typically the people that go through the most mental health, right? Like struggles, or I mean, I hate to say struggles, but adversities, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like you kind of wear it as a badge of honor. It's like, yeah, I might be a little crazy, but like I pushed through that shit, and I'm aware of it, and I'm holding myself accountable to being better. So that's just my little tidbit.
But that's what I mean. I understand because before I end it, I'm gonna say this. I'd rather talk to someone that has a story like yours than me just talking to someone who don't have a story, who just went somewhere to get a certificate. You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Like
that too.
I'm
'Cause
not.
honestly, as a mental health advocate, I wouldn't want to be a therapist. But if you were to call me and be like, Bonna, listen, this what's going on. Can I talk to you? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think doing it that way, to me, just my perspective, because I have a therapist and I'm active in therapy. Like, I need my therapist, okay? But like, I just personally wouldn't feel right in that position because it's a job. And I don't want it to be
You
a
don't
job.
want it to be a job.
I don't want it to be a job.
Yeah.
I want it to be a passion.
Yeah.
So like if you come to me, it's gonna be a passion. It's not gonna be, oh, I'm finna get paid at the end of this or whatever your insurance, or if you paying me straight, like I'm gonna get that. I don't want to be
So a
consumed
bunch
by
of
that.
them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
That's
them.
what I'm
right
saying.
there.
I don't want to be consumed by
So
that.
And we spoke about that before. Therapy is stigmatizing.
I think therapy is like
But she
insurance,
broke-
bro.
but
It's a
she-
scam sometimes.
But she broke. Hold on, we gonna get back to that. But she.
Listen, this finna go over, okay?
I love it. That's what I said.
I can't. Once I get on this, I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
I
I'm
love you
going.
said
We're
that.
gonna be going down a rabbit
Well,
hole.
just real quick, and then we definitely gonna you can definitely address that. But the reason is like she said earlier. That's that keep our business inside this fucking house.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Most
But
definitely.
If one of my
then
kids
they say
was
therapy.
like, hey,
Oh, you're crazy. It's like a automatic.
it's just bad.
assumption.
It's just.
Yeah,
I mean, in
it's
my
just-
mind, but like he said earlier, the way I was raised, like, is nothing good comes out of therapy. Number one, you're telling everybody your personal business, right?
A person who's getting paid.
Yeah,
Who-
a
is a-
stranger,
is a
But
job.
that's-
stranger
But
at
that's
first,
why I
right?
personally would
Yeah.
be
No,
a therapist.
but
it's
just
helped
because,
me though, and I
but
can
just
share
because
that,
you
know?
said
There you
it, just because you said it, that's how I always felt about it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking to someone who's going to get paid. I know how I perform in my job. I know how how you perform at your job, and you sometimes we perform at our jobs because we're getting paid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But it's some mental health workers that
most
are
definitely.
true.
Most
And
definitely
shout
it
out
is.
to the mental
Yeah,
health
shout
workers.
out to the mental
Because
health
one
workers.
thing about my
Yes.
therapist, I'd be like, you're a saint, bro. Like and I'm not saying she's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm saying saint being funny, but it's just certain people that you know is called for it. Like
Yeah.
those nurses, they actually do care about people.
Yeah.
They just
Some of
want to
them.
get paid.
Some of
for
them.
it. That's why I said some.
Not the
They
ones
just
in
want to get
Skyline.
paid. Oh my God. I do not like Skyline. Look, I got trauma.
That's what I'm
Y'all
trying to
can't
tell
do
you.
that? How y'all doing that? So
No.
Y'all really doing this on this
I
platform.
just feel like that's with any job,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just saying.
Oftentimes we don't do jobs that we love. We need a check.
Yeah.
So we do it in that way.
And that's what I look at it. But the switch gears because
No.
What?
Do you think therapy is a scam?
I want more people to go to therapy, but I think that you have to date therapy like you do these niggas and these women.
Okay.
Because
Yes,
I've
break that
gone
down.
through 3 therapists to lock into the therapist that I have now.
Okay.
And I got a little therapy trauma. Like, I'm a mental health advocate. I'm not afraid to talk about this stuff because it's real. And I know that there are people out there that may want to try therapy for the first time. And if they have an experience like mine, they might not go back.
Yeah.
Like, my therapist ghosted me, bro. How your therapist ghost you?
Dang.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, am I that bad? Like, then I start, again, it's like that psychological thought process where you like, well, damn, maybe I'm too crazy if my therapist ghosted
shit.
me, right?
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, because I'm aware, maybe she got sick. Maybe she couldn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Life
showed
happens.
grace because I don't know what's going on in her life.
Yeah.
I didn't even check to see if she was still alive, right? So I don't know. Yeah. And I followed up, nobody answered, right? But that's a whole nother
moved on,
story.
but you moved on.
And I moved on,
Yeah.
and it was at a time where I needed therapy the most, right? But guess what I didn't do? Man, fuck therapy. I'm just gonna be going through this and just figuring it out. I went and saw another therapist and unpacked everything that I was going through in that time that I needed a therapist. So I don't think therapy is a scam.
Okay.
Right? But I think you have to find the person, because they're just like your tribe. Like, you don't just go and walk in the bar and be like, hey, everybody my friends. No, you
I like what
literally
you say. I like
gravitate
that.
towards
I like
people that have the same
Exactly.
energy as
I
you.
like that.
And not to say that your therapy got to be your friend, because that's not what it is, but you can feel energy. And that's why I said discernment earlier. Like, you can feel it. Like, if you, hey, how you doing? I'm your therapist. Okay, cool. You sit down and they be like, okay, so tell me what's going on. And that's so cringy, because it's like, bro, what the fuck? I don't want to tell you, but I'm here to tell you. But like, how does this work for real? So you sit in the chair or couch or whatever, and you like, I came here because I feel like I'm anxious or I'm depressed or whatever. Like, you gotta unpack, right? And to feel safe with a stranger is maybe a little bit better than talking to somebody that you know, because like how y'all joked around, it's like, bro, you good, you ain't going through nothing, you just tripping, tripping. But it's
that's
like,
a real conversation.
I know, to unpack shit that you ain't talked about since you was 5 or 6 and you're 40, bro.
Yeah.
God,
Like, that is a lot of work, and I don't think people understand. Like, it's a vulnerability for one, because this is somebody that you don't know, but also I need help. So whereas it may be vulnerable, but it's the key to opening up and getting help, because I'm giving you something and you may be getting paid, but you're also going to aid me back to self.
Yeah, most definitely.
Therapy is not a cure. It is not a you have to do the work. Because if I just said, oh, I went to therapy 5 sessions and I'm good. I think I'm healed. I talked about all my problems. I got it out. I'm good. No, it's so much work, man. It's so much work. So therapy is it's like a tool. Yeah. It's a resource. It's not a cure. It's not medicine to say, oh, I talked about all my problems. I'm good. I don't need therapy no more. And you may get to a point where you don't need it. But what I'm saying is, it's not one of those things where you go to the doctor and they prescribe you a pill and you're good. Because some mental health disorders, you do have to take medicine.
Yeah.
I don't advocate for that side of it. But what I'm saying is, I just wish that more people gave it a chance, because you're gonna date 5 different people to get you back to where you're trying to be from that first person, but you just went through 5 people to figure out that you just needed somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And your mom didn't show you love, so you trying to find love in 5 different women because you want to feel what that intimacy feels like from a woman. That's deeper than just saying, man, I've been smashing all these girls, man. I've been going out with them, having a ball, man, showing them the life, man. I got this, man, I'm that nigga, right? But no, you're probably hurt.
No, you're probably just that nigga and just having fun and
So
smashing.
hold on, let me ask you a question.
Right.
Hold on, let me ask you a
Listen, two
question.
things can be true.
Yeah, right.
So you said guys like that. I mean, I know you're not saying
I
it,
don't want to say.
but sometimes if a guy do open up and he was that type of guy, it kind of falls up under not being loved, or you know what I'm saying. I act
It
out
could be
like
trauma.
that.
It could be trauma.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be. All of this is misplaced. Either hurt, trauma, fear.
Yeah.
Or just
whatever.
having a good time.
It could be. It could
That's
be.
why I said two things
Right?
can
Yeah,
exist.
having a good time.
It may not be
Yeah.
a man. It could be a woman, and she like didn't have. And I know people say daddy issues.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but I had mommy issues. So
Okay.
whereas I wasn't trying to look for my dad in men, I was trying to look for my mom, just feeling love from anybody.
Anybody.
It wasn't
Okay.
just a man or a woman. It was like I just want some attention and some
Yeah.
love. So I was just like, fuck, I'm just out here. I'm wilding. I'm not sexually or
Yeah.
intimately.
He
but I'm
wild out
just saying,
sexually.
listen.
I know you don't judge.
No, I don't judge at all. 'cause
Please don't
listen,
judge me.
I don't want nobody judging me, so
Please
I'm like,
don't.
Nah,
not
but that's just
judging.
how he wild out. He
Don't
said, you know
judge.
what, man, I'm gonna do
But
this
I've
200,
been wild.
200 ain't crazy. Ain't too crazy.
in a year.
like a
I'm 40. 200.
Yeah,
Does it
count.
count?
Yeah,
Yeah.
body count 200. It's not too crazy. Like you would date me, right? With a body count of 200.
In
Not
one
too
year
crazy.
though, not don't spread it out like
201
200.
years
Not
is
200 is
crazy.
Yeah.
But listen, as a I'm
40-year-old
trying
man,
to show
right?
grace.
Yeah.
As a 40-year-old man, 200 women from when was it?
From
no,
2000.
Look, I was
15,
gonna say when
15,
you first had
16.
sex.
15
Okay,
to 16.
that's I get it, right?
Yeah.
'Cause,
You
like,
get it?
I'm a human at the end of the day. Like, scratch the camera, I'm a human.
Yeah.
I know how easily it is to
Bonna.
accumulate a body,
There
right?
you
Bonna.
go.
I'm being
Listen.
straight up.
Okay, I'm
200
finna ask
women
you right now.
over a
It's not
lifetime.
crazy.
Okay,
That's
I'm finna-
25 years.
As
Yeah.
a man,
25 years.
I can't say that it is. As a woman, I would probably be like, sis,
That's what I'm finna ask you. I'm finna ask you right now. I'm finna ask you this right now.
go to the doctor.
I'm
You
finna ask
would
you this.
tell
Could
your
you
home-
date?
Oh.
Could you date a guy? Right? Could you date a guy that has had 200 bodies in a year?
No, me
In a
personally,
year is crazy.
because here's the thing.
Oh, I take that back.
in a
5
lifespan.
years.
Could you?
It's
and-
8 a year. That's 8 bodies a year.
That
8
is
bodies
so
ain't bad.
normal.
Eight
No, and I'm not saying it's
Leno,
not bad.
Leno, come on.
But that's
Leno, you ain't-
normal. Be
You ain't never
real.
fucked
Only
8
had sex
girls
with
in
2
1
girls.
year. You a
No.
damn
I don't believe nothing
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Listen, this
So
is
we're
what
gonna
I'm-
have a conversation, right?
This is
8
what I'm
bodies a
saying.
year
Eight
is
bodies
not
a
crazy.
year is realistic because think about it like this.
Uh.
I'm a woman, so I can never relate, and I always have to preface this. I'm looking at this from an outside perspective.
Yeah.
So as a man, I see how it is. Like you may go to the club, you meet a chick.
Yeah.
You know, y'all vibing. You know, she feeling you feeling her. You already know y'all gonna smash, right?
Yeah.
So then, you know, y'all have a little situation. Y'all might have a few weeks at it. Y'all going strong. Y'all kicking it. Y'all like, man, we vibing. This is lit. I
Yeah.
fuck with this. And then guess what? You know what? Actually, this ain't working, or you doing this that I don't like. And
That's a
actually,
fact.
we might have got caught up with the sexual. And these are me. This is me as an aware
your truth,
30.
sis.
Look, this is me as an aware 31-year-old woman. I'm not saying this is what happens in real time, but I'm saying this is the stuff that nobody talks about.
Yeah, I mean, I
So like
understand,
it
yeah.
might be no, you didn't pay for my hair and nails, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut you off because you ain't tricking on
That's
me.
2
right?
girls every 90 days.
Right? And then y'all stop talking.
That ain't
so
crazy.
then you literally do that same
Nah,
thing
it's
by
not.
the weekend. You go and do that same thing with another woman. Y'all at it for 3 to 4 weeks. And like it's a cycle. And I pray to God that y'all are wearing condoms. But if you're regardless, I'm just saying if you are or
No, I'm
not,
joking, I'm joking.
that doesn't take away
Nah,
from the
I'm
fact
joking.
that you
Nah,
have
I
sex
got
with
you.
that person.
Yeah,
So
I got you.
I mean, that's real. And
Yeah.
I mean for me, I'm very anal when it comes to stuff like that. Like we gotta go to the doctor. Like
Yeah.
and if we don't go to the doctor, like again, discernment, but we're gonna at least wear a condom. And I've gotten all right. I'm not having sex for the
Speak
next,
your truth now.
Look, I'm not having sex for
Yeah.
the next 6 months, so I have to preface that.
Why?
But because I want to take my
I'm gonna try that.
power back from myself. Not to say that I gave it to anybody. I want to take it back for myself, not
Bonna, it's
from
gonna close
myself.
up in 6 months. Won't it close
That's
up in
fine.
6 months?
I don't
Damn.
care about that. But no, it's more so like
6 months no sex. I like
and that can go into a whole nother conversation about the holistic aspect. But it's just one of those things where, as a woman, for me, if I have more than 2 partners in 6 months, I feel horrible.
Okay.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, I need to let me go do a
Yeah.
yoni steam. Like I'm freaking out. But it's
You
a
said
real
more than 2 partners?
yeah.
Yes.
In what, 6
In
months?
6
6
months.
months.
For me, I'm saying that,
Yeah.
that
So
freaks
two
me
in
out.
6 months ain't too crazy. That's 4
She
years.
said-
She said more than 2. She said more than 2.
2. That's what I'm saying. When I hit that second person in 6 months, I'm like, nope. All right, can't have sex with nobody else because what?
Okay.
Like, it freaks me out because I'm like, for one, I just feel like that's what I was going to say about the 200 bodies. Because it's not that I would judge you because over a lifespan, like you said, that's 8 bodies. But that is a lot of energy that you have shared with people.
I'll be honest, I don't really.
Not you. That's why I'm trying not to. I'm generalizing it.
Like, what telling this girl like it ain't you, bro?
But listen, if it
is,
that is his business, and I don't.
Nah, he do 10
and I have this conversation a lot because I do fuck with a lot of the holistic and energy and vibrations and all of that.
Yeah.
I just do not believe that when I have sex with a girl, I give her a piece of my energy and she gives me a piece of
Why
her
you
energy.
don't, bro?
Okay,
I just don't,
let me
bro.
plug this
I
in.
don't feel it.
But-
I've had sex
You
with
feel it
many
when
women.
you
I was just about to say.
You
oh
feel
my
it when you
God.
about to let it go, right?
But that's what does it have to do with energy? This is what I'm saying because they say, listen, every girl you
What do you
slept
think
with,
you're
you've
doing?
taken a little piece of
You
her.
are.
Right? I don't feel like none of them girls I done had sex
See,
with.
he the dude when he
I don't
when he
get it.
get
I
do
think-
nothing,
I
he
don't
done
get
it.
That this is going to have to be a therapy session at this point
Okay.
because we're going to have to go over the time. I need you to understand
I think
that
you
you are
do.
literally sharing DNA with somebody. Like if and this is scientifically proven.
Okay.
And I hate to because I am not that person, y'all. I promise. I can't even retain a lot of shit. But I watched this scientific video of somebody taking saliva out of somebody's mouth, right? They swapped saliva, so they kissed, right? And they took it and put it under a microscope and documented every time they felt something happen. And the spit did something weird, right? Under the microscope. So that means whatever you have swapped saliva with somebody, that person is going on about their day, and guess what? They might have ran into traffic and they pissed off. Guess what that's doing to your energy? You feeling it, and you don't even know why. Man, goddamn, I got irritated. Man, I'm stressed out about something, and I don't even know why. Because you just swapped
Yeah,
spit
you do
with
believe
somebody.
that. When she
Don't
call your phone, you be
believe
like,
this.
I
I
knew you
don't.
were finna call with that bullshit.
See?
I like it. I'm hearing you out,
But
Bonna.
I just
don't
want
believe it.
to preface that because it's something that we overlook. We're like, oh man, we just kissed. It wasn't even nothing like that. But that's saliva that's going in your mouth.
So you
from
do
their
believe in that right there, like that is
Listen.
swapping energies, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and when you have bodily fluids going in one body and
Yeah.
out the other, and
Yeah.
vice versa, that is, I'm
Bro, you
literally
releasing energy,
cringing
bro.
right now.
When you getting a couple of you're releasing that
But do
energy
you think
right
I'm
there.
leaving some of that energy with her?
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
But also,
That's why she didn't go
let me
get a
ask you this, though.
rag.
Let me ask you this: Do you think you receive?
How
do
did
you
we
think
get here?
do you think you're receiving energy from her? And
Okay.
as A and B, do you think you're taking that energy with you and it stays with you months or years later? You see what I'm saying?
So you think when you get
Right.
that rag and you wipe off that?
I'm not saying. I just think it's done. Now we may have swapped
He said,
DNA.
I think it's
give you that.
done.
I give you we swapped DNA,
Yeah.
but I'm not that girl.
So
Okay,
what do you
bam,
think
we had
happens with
sex.
DNA?
But let me say this though, real quick, Bonna. We had sex in 2022.
Yeah.
It's not finna be 2026, and I'm like, man, you know, I'm still carrying around.
No,
Erica's-
because you got
I
eight.
still
Because
got
you do
energy.
eight. No, you do
Erica-
eight
I
a
was about
year.
to say, but that's
Yeah.
because
But now I got Erica's
Shonda
energy.
and Jessica
Yeah.
was right after, so then everything just got morphed together. So you don't know who
Now you
energy.
just crazy.
Look, now you don't know who energy.
Oh, watch that word.
But no, seriously, I hate to
you can't
do that. I'm
say
like,
that.
I don't care.
I'ma just text.
I'm not the person that's
You know, I'm
super
fucking
sensitive
with you.
about words,
I know
but
you are.
I
I'm
hate
fucking
that that's
with you.
where we've gotten to. It sucks because
Yeah.
I'm like, we can't even have a regular conversation.
Can't people say crazy,
without
though?
people? To me, I don't care.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care, but I just hate that it's such a sensitive thing. I'm like, dang, we can't say nothing. You
Yeah.
mean
Nah,
to tell me
you
you gotta
can't.
bleep out whatever. But think about it like this. You're literally inserting your genital inside of a woman's place where she has
A
period.
garage.
She has babies,
Oh.
and we carry our creation in our womb.
Yes, most definitely.
So, and I hate to get this.
Now
is-
get it, get
I
deep.
was about
No,
to
get
say
graphic,
this is
get
where
graphic.
the gypsy probably
Don't
gonna
get graphic,
Yo,
but
no, not graphic, but I feel like this is where the gypsy side of me is gonna come out. But
that free spirit.
listen,
Let me hear it.
if I have been in a high vibrational space, which basically just means I just been on a high cloud, positive, I've been eating right, I've been meditating, I've been working out, like all of the things, right? I'm just like on a
Everything
little
clicking.
high.
Yeah.
And I'm manifesting some deep stuff. Like I'm like, most high I need to be aligned with abundance. I'm trying to and I'm not gonna go too deep because I don't need nobody knowing my work. But like, you know, I'm really tapping in, and I'm like, I'm going to the next level, which basically just means I'm about to evolve. I'm about to become a better person. I'm about to start attracting more money. I'm about to start really leveling up, right? And I'm like, I'm about to swap energy with this man. And during our intercourse, I can absolutely evolve him during intercourse.
Oh, shit.
You a witch.
Yeah, you did.
I was about to say, I'm not about to be doing that with just anybody, because you're going to automatically feel that.
You know you
say,
do that?
Yeah, you know you.
Oh,
I
man.
ain't carrying around no women with me. But I mean, I do it for good, right? I don't know what other women do because they're not tapped in. So they may be carrying around some stuff from 2010.
So when you do it,
talk to ladies. Look at that camera. Talk to the ladies who think like you. I'm a single man. I'm trying to get some of that good energy.
But I think again we go back to the word discernment, right? You just have to know when to share that energy, and it is sacred, and sex is sacred. Period. That's why I'm doing like a 6 months detox, because I know all that sacred energy. I'm about to just put it in my bag, and
that's perfect.
So that exchange of energy is more so like, if I know for a fact that I've been really working, right, and I let this person who, and this is no judgment, I promise y'all, you've been in a club 6 days out of a week. You've been drinking alcohol because you've been, not to say you got to go to the alcohol.
Never me.
You know, you may have tobacco, whether it's cigarettes, Black and Milds, whatever. Again, this is no judge, because I used to do all of these things and still some of these things.
When people say
but
no
I just
judgment,
need you to
you
understand, but I've lived this, and I still partake. Like, I'm not saying that I'm some saint.
So six
it's
every day in the club.
Every day in the club,
Cigarettes,
drinking alcohol,
you
you eating.
Cheeseburgers,
You going to, and again, this is my life, y'all. So I know you going to the Piggly Wiggly, okay? And you getting Pick Fives, right?
We ain't gonna never get a sponsor, guys. Go ahead, both of y'all kill all the sponsors. God damn.
I'm just being real, and this is no shade to the place. It is what you go get when you go to that place. You just gonna go get the scraps, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So you gonna go get some pork rinds. You gonna get some bacon. I mean, what's the other stuff? I don't eat all of that stuff.
Hog maw.
Oxtail, steak. I'm just saying, period, because it's not all bad, but the quality is what I'm bringing. So the quality of what you're getting, and you just like, man, I'm finna eat three steaks and some,
no vegetables.
No vegetables. I ain't even finna drink water. I'm finna throw back this Douce, and I might chase it with some Kool-Aid. Right? Which is crazy because, again, no judgment, but it's crazy to me because you think that you're, man, I'm good. You know, I'm walking around. Listen, I'm that nigga, right?
Yeah.
And you finna go intertwine.
I like your man voice. Like, that's your man voice. Like, you think that's how we talk. I like that, though. I'm that nigga.
I'm that nigga. I've heard it. Trust me.
But I know, but I like the voice.
My interpretation.
Yeah, I love
horrible,
it. I love it.
Horrible.
No, it's not.
Don't give me
I
no
agree
paid
with you, Bonna.
sponsors.
I agree with you, Bonna.
But no, I'm
That's
just saying,
horrible.
because all women are not made the same and all men are not. And I'm not, this is no shade, this is no nothing, because I feel like with saying that, you say you don't swap energies, right? But even, let's take it a step further. Let's say I was eating all the bad shit, and I was smoking, and I was drinking, and all of this, and you,
sound like
I got
his
this
girls.
good job, you know, I'm working, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I'm good, but I live my life, I do my thing, I got 3 businesses, I'm really in my bag, and I just met this bad. I mean, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous.
So you think her energy could rub off on me?
Absolutely,
and send me down to a lower vibration.
Absolutely, because the moment you go in her and you think, man, she bad. Man, listen, let me just go ahead. Why not? She gonna let me.
See, she gonna
and then I promise y'all, I really want men to be stingier. More stingy.
It's hard to do
but
that.
I'm just
now.
saying. But listen,
it's hard
because just like how we just switched the roles, and you go in and you just thinking, man, at the end of the day, man, I'm just gonna smash. It's cool.
Smashing the
But
dash.
then you smash her, and her pH is low. So then guess what you accumulate? All of that bad bacteria, and then you may not go get tested, you may not do anything, and then you may meet somebody else who don't have all of that, and then you give it to her.
And you throw her pH off.
So a woman can't throw a man's pH off too.
No,
then.
do men have pH?
No.
We don't have a pH.
We got something though.
It's listen, don't call me.
Testosterone.
No, that is not the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What I'm saying is, it's not y'all's pH, because men don't have pH, right? I don't think that, and I'm not fact
We too
checking.
masculine
I don't
for
know.
pH.
That's not. It's not that. But if you literally insert, and it's a video that literally explains it so well. If you insert yourself into someone, right, and you pull out, you might take a shower, but we know how bacteria work. and then you go into someone else, that woman is gonna get it because you're gonna throw her pH balance off.
Oh,
it has nothing to do with your pH.
Okay.
I know
So
it's
that's why I hear
know
women
it's a
say
technical
that.
term, but it's not. But you literally don't care enough about the person that you about to lay with. And if you think, oh man, she was beautiful, she good, but she was also eating hot wings and hot fries at 3 a.m. and chasing it with Douce, and then she ain't had a veggie in 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
My type of woman. Let me ask you
That
this,
man
Bonna. Let me ask
crazy.
you this, Bonna. So you said you're doing a detox, 6 months of sex, right? Are you dating?
and other things.
Are you dating anybody?
I'm consciously dating, so that just looks like I'm learning the person. So let's go back. I broke up with my son's dad last year, right? And I went 9 months without dating anybody. So that means I didn't have sex with anybody.
Shout out to him.
I didn't have anybody to have sex with. So I went 9 months, and it felt amazing. That's when I was in therapy, healing, and all of that. But now, fast forward, because I want to attract my husband, and I want to also take care of myself, and all of the things that we just talked about.
Yes.
It's that discernment of, I'm not just gonna allow myself to be in the situation where my pH is getting thrown off, because you just can't trust nobody at the end of the day. But no, so I'm dating. I'm still dating, but that just looks like no sex.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to date me or continue getting to know me because we're not having sex, then you're not the person.
Is that what you tell them? Like, as soon as y'all about to start dating?
Well, this just happened 2 months ago. And at the time when I made the decision, I was dating someone. And another thing, I feel like after you share space with someone, it's like, it's not an obligation, but they feel like, well, we've already had sex. So
That's my mind frame. Like, why stop now?
Yeah.
why stop now, right?
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the continuation. It's, I need to fill me up, right? I need to work on some things. I don't want to be interacting with that energy because I don't know what that person is doing, regardless of how, whatever, because we're dating.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't have to have sex with everybody that I date. I'm getting.
See, I like
Yeah,
your
I'm
well,
just
I'm
getting to know you.
I like what you-
and
I
that
like
sucks
what you
because
say.
it's like,
Yeah.
dang, we gotta have sex because I'm dating you.
I think dating
nah.
is associated with sex, though.
Now,
Not really,
absolutely.
but it shouldn't be.
No, it
It
shouldn't be,
shouldn't
but
be.
but I, like me,
It might be
I
the goal.
never dated. Well, yeah, I
Eventually-
never
eventually-
dated.
eventually I
these
won't say
days
it.
I never dated
but
without sex.
These days we don't date. I talked to this girl. I've been talking to her for 2 weeks, and we vibing. We Netflix and chill, so we had sex.
Off the
That's
top,
fine.
my
Yeah,
my
yeah,
mind
I
frame
know.
is
I
dating is sex. We gonna have sex.
I think like but
Probably
I
not the first,
I said
second. We
I
gonna
get it.
Remember we had this conversation before, right?
Yeah.
I said I'll do 4 dates. I said like after
said
that,
too.
after that 4th date, I was just like, okay, all right, now what's popping?
But
But
I think it's
I'm
That's
patient.
too
I'm
long.
of course I'm not gonna be the guy on the first date like, hey girl, you wanna
What's up?
you ready to come on back to the crib? Yeah, I ain't know. Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's
I
me.
think it's I think it's an intentionality that you have to have, and I think it's also a discernment. Again, it's like, if we're dating and like you said, the 4 dates or whatever, but if I tell you on date 1,
Yeah.
listen, I'm not having sex.
Oh,
For
well, I
6
ain't gonna.
months.
Well,
If you
But,
tell
okay,
me
so
6
here's my
months,
thing.
you don't tell the man
I'm
6
saying
months.
6 months to y'all because I just exposed
I'm
myself
going
to y'all,
ghost.
being
But you don't
vulnerable.
tell the guy
no,
you
no, no.
dating.
I'm being vulnerable in this space because I
most
don't
definitely,
I don't
most
care
definitely.
about being open.
Yeah.
I just made this decision, right? So this is not something that I've been living with for a long time, dating and not sex, because I just didn't date, so it was easy for me to
Yeah,
not
it's
have
easy
sex.
if I don't- yeah.
So my thought process is now I don't want to casually have sex with people. So
you
how
go.
we were just saying,
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
not dating
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we're having sex,
Yeah.
right? So I just don't want to casually. Oh,
makes
I
sense.
met you on Monday. We vibing.
let's
I
go
might have
do
sex
something.
with you. 2 months later, I meet somebody else and we
Yeah.
vibing. No. If you're not intentional about sharing space with me, I don't actually want to have sex with you. Because
Nah,
you
I
might
love
have
it.
sex with 8 different people.
yeah, I got you.
I love
I
it.
want to
Look,
ask you
I love
this.
8 different people a
Yeah,
month.
that's 10.
A
I got
year,
look.
a year.
Oh,
Look,
a
God
month.
So I
damn,
want to
it's a
ask you
year.
this. So I want to ask you this: when you come up with all that for yourself and things like that, when you do date, right? And I heard you. I'm just going back. I heard you say test, like you like to get tested.
absolutely.
That person got to get tested. So when you do date, the person that you're dating, is he got to get tested?
Yeah.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
right? That is
I
that
mean,
is.
because it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know what the person is doing, and I can't assume because you tell me that you're clean, that
Yeah.
you're good, right?
Yeah.
So I just have to safeguard myself because some of these things you don't have to have sex to get.
Oh.
Right? So, I mean, you have to be intercourse, but not penetration.
That's crazy we got on this stuff.
I know. I'm like, I don't even know how we got here.
Hey, real quick though, before we get out of here.
No, I like it. You got
before
very smart.
Yeah. All right. I do want to touch on this real quick. So I got holistic. Oh shit, I can't even find my thing. Holistic wellness, right?
We tapped into it a little bit.
I got high blood pressure.
Okay.
Talk to me, sis. What
Talk
can I
to
do?
me.
I mean, of
Talk
course
to
I
the
know.
world.
Of course I know. I gotta.
I am not.
I know you're not. But what would you? I mean, what would you
not.
do if you were? What was the first thing you would go to?
I'm gonna be 100% real with you, man. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. When it comes to holistic wellness, I have you know how like when we're looking for the word that we need to say, we go to the dictionary. I have a person in my life who is that for me.
Okay.
And so if I'm going through anything, she's my cousin. Her name is Heather. She's my baby. I love her. I literally just call her, sis, this is what's going on with me. And I call her sis. I know y'all just heard me say to my cousin. But she's like my best friend. Yeah. I'm like, this is something that I'm going through. And like, honestly, it's the research that I should do, right? But this is her lane. This is what she's a healer, you know? So she know all the herbs. She could oh, girl, you just need to do this. Or you just need to take X, Y, and Z out of your diet. Most of it,
it's diet.
all of it is diet.
Yeah.
So you say high blood pressure.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm hitting the
take
follow.
off the pork.
Yeah,
take off the fried foods.
Okay, I don't eat pork, so I know cut back on sodium. I know that's
sodium,
that's out of the, you know what I mean, out of the question. I know I need my fruits and my vegetables.
Take away, like just like you just said,
in moderation.
Yeah, because you don't gotta. That's why people don't do stuff because you say I gotta take away, right, and then they feel deprived. But just incorporate more healthy things. That's all it is. Because like you said, in moderation, like I don't eat pork, beef, or and just here recently, me and Turkey kind of just been going at it. But it's like I still eat meat. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not
chicken
vegan.
and turkey, right?
No, chicken and seafood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turkey.
Fish.
I do salmon only, honestly, to be real.
Okay. But you don't do ground turkey.
Ground turkey makes my head hurt. I do turkey bacon.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
It doesn't make my head hurt, but ground turkey makes my head hurt. Pork, can't fuck with it.
Yeah, I don't
definitely
fuck with
head
pork
hurt,
either.
stomach hurt. Like anytime I've eaten any of those things, my stomach be like, yeah, you tripping. But yeah, I just think that people need to stop saying take away. Just incorporate and then slowly walk away from that other stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah,
it's an easier transition. It's
literally
easier
in
when
the
you
food. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise everything is connected to food, and there is a herb for anything. And we can bleep this out. This can just be between us, but there is a herb for everything.
Hell yeah.
There's an herb.
Hell yeah. Dr. Sabi was telling us for years, man.
Man, listen.
see, this is what we love right here. We created a platform for all walks of life that can come and sit right here.
Man, I just told all my business. I don't
Now
even care.
you know what? We the good thing about it, we locked in, and some of your people that you look up to and you like and you love and stuff like that. There's like the Sweet Paws and
for sure.
people like that is family here. So we are honored to have you here, just to even speak on those type of topics and situations and stuff like that. I want to ask you before you go, because we see it's 20, 30 more bags that you wear. So how do you make that transition to being a mental health advocate, a photographer? We're seeing now talk to us about wearing those many different bags.
I think I might have a little ADHD. Listen, I'm all about just claiming it. But yeah, it just looks like just doing everything, right? Because you know how
because you're a mother,
yeah.
So you got to be a mother. You got to try to run these businesses.
Me and my boy be chilling, and he might just be sitting here drinking his milk or playing with his toys, and I'll have my laptop and I'm creating a flyer, or I'm setting up a mental health panel, or like real life. I'm just doing it, and he's just sitting there chilling. But it's something that I take pride in because with the postpartum depression, it's so hard to filter through. So like you said, I wear all these hats, right? most times everything just looks dark, and you just like, well, however I'm feeling today, this is what hat I'm putting on today. Because I can't do that with motherhood. It's like,
motherhood don't stop.
I can't take that hat off, right? But all the other different hats, I can take them off and put them back on as I choose.
Okay.
Photography is a passion for me, so it's not even a job. It's just I love the camera, and I want it to be professional so that I can do what I love and not have to clock in, right?
Yeah.
And then the mental health advocate, that's my life.
Most definitely. 'Cause
You
we
know
got
what I
in that
mean?
bag today.
It's my life, so it's not something that I'm not gonna say I don't have to juggle with it, because I do, but I'm a mental health advocate because I care about my mental health. So I'm always thinking about my mental health, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to being a creative, that's kind of one of those things where a creative can be so many different things.
Oh, most definitely.
And
when
we
I
know,
read it,
I
I
know,
thought so
I know,
many
I know.
different things.
You already
I was about to say, I
you
know
know.
timing, but literally, you can the category for a creative for me is limitless. That's why I say I think I got ADHD, because like I literally can be at the house making a flyer. I can be writing a song. So I'm also a songwriter. I just don't publicly discuss that because I be in my head.
What'd you write? Trap rap. You look like a trap writer.
After this conversation, I look like a trap rapper.
I don't know. Maybe.
Look, I'm gonna say.
No, I'm fucking with you. What type of music do you write?
So, here lately it's been a lot of R&B.
Okay.
But healing, conscious rap. So I like to mix and mingle. I like to write songs that I want to listen to. So I just like, if I'm feeling like a song that's like R&B, I'll write that. I like a lot of sensual songs. So most of my songs are probably going to be like some little fairy dust, just FYI.
Well, let us hear something.
No.
Okay. I try.
I mean, maybe y'all,
I
but
tried.
not on the platform. Look, love y'all, but not like that. But no.
He always do that.
It's okay, because guess what? I know my limits. But just referencing that as like, I could be creating a flyer, but I could be listening to a beat. And like, wait, let me stop this flyer because I just felt something.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Or if I'm thinking about like, man, I need to create this flyer for, a mental health panel. Actually, I need to design the whole, I need to curate the entire event. Right.
Yeah.
So then again, this is just showing the different sides of the creative.
You may
it's
have
like,
ADHD.
I absolutely do, because I'll start a note in my phone and it'd be like mental health panel, ... And then I'll be like, oh, let me listen to this song.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, my baby calling me. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I
baby.
do that. I do that.
Oh, but
too.
actually, somebody want to book a photo shoot. Oh, actually, let me like, it's so many.
But you
different
get
things.
these jobs done though,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't. But see, I'm not the person that picks up something and put it down and never go back to it. My notes in my phone, I'm actively in my notes.
so that's basically
Gotcha.
what we saying right there, everybody. We saying a lot of mothers, just because you having a child and you can still live your dreams,
Absolutely.
right? You can still go hard in what you believe in. It's not just because you have a child, it doesn't mean that your life is over.
Absolutely. And let me be clear, I am not a single mother. My son's
Most
dad
definitely.
is very active. So
that's
very fortunate.
good.
And I'm not, this is not a down for anybody, because I know everybody's situation is not the same, but I'm very fortunate. Like,
there you go.
the support that I have with him and other people in my life, I would never say I'm struggling to be
Shout
a
out to
mom.
him.
And that's
Yeah,
what
for
we
sure.
love
Shout
right
out to
there.
Happy
him.
Father's Day.
Yes.
Real quick, tell the people how they can get in touch with
Absolutely.
you, book a photo shoot, all that good
Yes.
stuff.
So I have a social media page for my photography. It's Brio Visions. So that's BREO and then Visions, right?
Okay.
Spelled normally. And then you can just DM me as of right now. Like, I have a website for Purpose Lit. And so Purpose Lit is the mental health brand, right? So it's purposelit.com. There's a contact form on the website. You can absolutely go in there and inquire about photography services. And then the website, purposelit.com, is for the mental health brand that I have. You can buy merch on there. I have some logo tees on there right now. I'm working on some merch.
Okay.
And then on Instagram, it's at purpose.lit. And then my personal page is at Love Bonna Bay.
Most definitely. Honor, like I said, it's an honor to even
Honor to
have
be
someone
here.
come
This was dope.
to spread their wisdom, their knowledge about the mental health advocate, just about a lot of details and a lot of things that we go through. So don't be scared to talk. Don't be scared to open up. Find the right people that you'll have your good energy and your connection with. This your boy Lano Excel. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Two things, man. Get money, stay true, get money.
And yes, man, if nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the first one to tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you, man.
I love that. Before y'all wrap, I do want to thank y'all for having me, for
Yes,
one,
yes.
and creating a safe place
Most
for people
definitely.
to talk about things like this, because it is very vulnerable. And again, I'm an open book, but to feel safe in my truth and to be able to tell my story. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, because we don't judge. This is a no judge zone. Everything that you got to open up to, we listen, we learn also. So this is a no judge zone.
But even if y'all did, I wouldn't care.
Well, we did.
But no, I appreciate y'all.
That's our job. We do.
Thanks, I'm finna go tell everybody your business. No, I'm
well, they gonna watch it.
I'm joking. But no, thank you for real, Bonna, man. We out, y'all.